Start us off. In your opinion, what is the single biggest issue facing Senate District 6, and what is your proposed solution for this issue?
Chris, the biggest issue to me is definitely the economy. You know, there's 5 issues really, but number 1 would be the economy. The personal income tax, I think we've got to restructure it. Personal income tax as well as the corporate income tax. We're wedged in between Tennessee and Florida, who have 0%. We're at 6% on the income tax. I think we're at an unequal playing field. In my business, I lose all the time to surrounding states because of also the inventory tax or the ad valorem tax. So I think we're just overtaxed and we need more benefits. What I mean by benefits is services. So the way to fix it would be competitive on the personal and corporate income tax, and you would offset using the Port of Savannah. I'm a big proponent of the port. I think that it could be great for building American-made or Georgia goods that we could be helped on, tax-wise, as well as bringing goods in.
I think the number 1 issue facing Georgia is the economy as well. And I think my whole overarching goal as your senator would be to make Georgia the most economically competitive state in the country. And I think there's 4 ways we do that. We lower our taxes, we reduce our regulations, we're going to have to cut wasteful spending, and we're going to have to reform government programs. And I think that the 3 government programs we really need to focus on are education, healthcare, and transportation. And we need to infuse many of the free market principles that we all know and we tout in different organizations that need to be infused into those 3 programs. We need to get it done. We need to continue to push in the state Senate to get those market principles involved in education. Just like we did with charter schools, we need to keep pushing the ball down the field on that. Certainly in healthcare and in transportation. The solutions that we all know that we need, we've got to push them. And then the final thing is to continue to keep our communities safe so that businesses can operate in an environment where they expect to. I mean, that's a core competency of government. I want to say specifically, though, on the tax side, we need to eliminate the income tax in Georgia. The tax reform that was proposed and signed into law did not even mess with the income tax, the personal income tax. And we can't continue to be an effective state for bringing in capital with a 6% income tax. Thanks.
I agree with what's been said. I mean, we've still got about 9% unemployment in the state, and until we start focusing on how do we keep jobs here and how do we bring more jobs here, the rest of it is not going to fall into place. And so what I've articulated or advocated for, some of it has been done. Some of y'all were here last time in September, I think, when I was able to speak, and Congressman Woodall was the speaker. I said we needed to do 2 things right off the bat. 1, remove the tax on energy for manufacturing, and 2, allow the state pension to do what every other state pension plan does, which is to invest in small companies in their own state. That has been passed as part of the tax bill. So what do we do now? In 2013, there's the angel investor tax credit. What that does, it passed in 2009 when I was with Governor Perdue. It allows Georgians and incentivizes them to invest in small and growing Georgia companies, and they get a tax credit for doing it. It expires in 2013. We need to extend it. We need to make it permanent. And the reason we need to do it for this district is this is one of the hubs for entrepreneurship in Georgia. The companies you see being birthed out of places like Emory, Georgia Tech, and the CDC, and all these others, many of them are based right here. And they need capital. Georgia is under its weight in capital, and that's one of the ways we address it. In terms of regulation, I've called that every regulation get reviewed every 6 years. It'll be sunset. And so at that point, there's a process where the public can weigh in, describe if the regulation is working or not, and the state will decide whether or not to continue it through that process.